He saw and he believed. Saint John saw the empty tomb and he believed. What did he believe? That everything that Jesus said has come true. Everything has come true. He had told the Pharisees that destroy this temple, about his body, destroy this temple, I will raise it up in 3 days. It has come true. He told Martha, sister of Lazarus, I am the resurrection and the life. I am the resurrection and the life. Here he is risen and his words have come true. What are the implications of the resurrection of Christ? Many. First of all, our perspective on life and death will change or should change. Our understanding of life and its sufferings, our understanding of life and what happens beyond the grave, everything will change or should change. The risen Christ gives us a new perspective, a new outlook on life and death and on the mysteries of life. In the words of the poet J.R.R, death used to be an executioner. The gospel has made him just a gardener. 2 lines, an ocean of meanings. Death used to be an executioner, to be afraid of. That death would be the end, the executioner. But the gospel tells us he is only a gardener, the one who would make everything beautiful. Death would be a kind of good news. The gardener has come, he's going to make everything beautiful. Or in the event of death, something beautiful happens. So as St. Paul would say, the resurrection of Christ has taken away the sting, the pain of death. He has taken away the pain of death. Death happens, you will feel the loss of your loved one, but then again you realize it's only for a few moments. This person, my loved one, has died but not dead. Because she has died, I cry, but then I smile again. Oh, she's not dead. I will see her again in a few moments' time, short life. So our outlook on life changes once we understand and believe in the resurrection of Jesus. Again, in the words of Tim Keller, a writer, the risen Christ is the best picture of our future. The risen Christ is the best picture of our future, what we are going to be. So in case you wonder what is life beyond the grave is going to be, look at the risen Christ and realize what kind of life we are going to have. Make sure you don't have a Platonic eschatology. What does it mean? If you believe your soul is immortal and the body is gone, you have got it wrong. There's a Platonic understanding of death, that when you die, the soul is immortal and the body is gone. No. What do we recite in the creed? Check those words. What do we recite in the creed? We believe in the resurrection of the body, a life everlasting. What kind of body we are going to have? Very clearly in today's first reading, Peter says, not these words. Before Cornelius, the centurion, Peter says, we are the witnesses of the resurrection of Christ. We sat with him, ate with him, and drank with him. So we are telling you, he is real. He died, you crucified him, he died, but he is alive. The other day, we were sitting with him, we ate with him, and drank with him. His real body. He could walk in to a closed room, but he's real. We could see the marks on his hands. He showed us, and Thomas could touch him. And he ate with us. We had a meal together. But then again, he disappeared. He's real. But then you may wonder, what kind of body? Not the dying, aching body that you and I have. No. This body is aging and dying every second. The body that the risen Lord had, and the body that we are going to have, is a glorified, transfigured body. A glorified, transfigured body. So when we have sufferings and sorrows of this life, aches and pains in your body, you remind yourself, oh, this body is dying. But the Lord is going to give me his own glorious body, a transfigured body. Just one more thought on this Easter Sunday. The way we look at life and the mysteries of life, the way we look at our crosses and suffering and tragedies of this life, has to change once we understand the ways of God. May I use the words of J.R.R. Tolkien. We had his granddaughter's funeral on Tuesday. Joanna Tolkien. At the funeral, I spoke about Tolkien's understanding of the resurrection of Christ. A great thinker. But he was struggling with the meaning of suffering and death. But then he had a revelation, a clarity of thought in November 1944. He was riding his bike near the Radcliffe Hospital in Oxford. Out of the blue, a flash of light, and he gets a revelation about the resurrection of Christ. Here is a man who had been through the suffering, the terrors of the war, the World War. And his own son, Christopher, still in the RAF. And as a father, so worried about him. And he wonders why all this evil in the world, the suffering and death, millions being killed. What is the point of the whole thing going on? Is life all about suffering and death? Or is there something more? Then he gets this revelation, the birth of Christ. was a eucatastrophe in the history of man. He coined those words, eucatastrophe. Greek words, eu means good, catastrophe means a sudden turn. In the ways of God, there's always a sudden turn you never expect. Don't think, don't believe, don't say God is turning everything for the good. No. That is a very, very silly understanding, very shallow understanding. No, God is not, no. He doesn't turn everything for the good. All that we believe is He is at work. He will surprise you with a sudden turn. Your sufferings will continue, your sorrows will continue, your agonies will continue, death will happen, but there'll be eucatastrophe. Something you never conceived or understood will happen. And he says, the resurrection of Christ was the eucatastrophe of the Incarnation. Beginning in joy and ending in joy. So get those words right. Beginning in joy, ending in joy, in between the crosses and the sufferings. So the beginning in joy and ending in joy, then in between you hold on. And Tolkien says, having believed in the resurrection of Christ, look at your life, everything you struggle with, everything you worry about, everything you go through the lens of eternity, a resurrection perspective, everything through the lens of the risen Christ. Be people of hope. Just one word about hope. When we use the word hope, we always think of something uncertain. I hope it will work out, because we are not sure. That's a human language. Christian hope is something totally different. Christian hope is this: a life-changing certainty about something that will definitely happen. May I say it again? Christian hope is a life-changing certainty about something that hasn't happened but will definitely happen one day. So when you struggle with anything in your life, you have this hope. I haven't seen the end of the story yet. All I know is the Lord is at work, but this story will end in joy. At the moment, all I see are tears and sufferings, but I know this story will end in joy. There will be a eucatastrophe. I don't see any sign of it, but I believe it will happen. That is Christian hope. And that is the message from the empty tomb. Hold on to your faith. You haven't yet seen the end of the story.